Okay?
Nasa ng camera.
Okay na? Okay.
OK 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 OK， 照開嘛，收埋。攞 here 攞 here，攞 here。
Ang arte-arte naman ito.
Sabi niya na, akin na.
Bakit may...
Only Unifil is the brand.
Hello，咁好啦，我哋大家好，我哋係MCV 嘅，係Asian Migrant Coordinating Body 亞洲移民電視聯盟。咁咧，我哋就會有5個國家，即係菲律賓啦、印度尼西亞同埋泰國啊，同埋呢批同埋斯里蘭卡啦。我哋係4個5個團體嘅。咁咧，今日我哋嚟呢度咧，係香港政府係要求嘅，加我哋嘅人工，同埋咧係要對待我哋係好有公平啲，因為我哋係工人啦，我哋唔代表我哋係奴隸啦。咁我哋每日喺同僱主咧，就係每日都係做嘢嘅。COVID-19 之後，我哋要留低喺屋企做啲嘢冇休息過嘅。每個禮拜一個禮拜咧，就都唔可以休息嘅。所以我哋係呢個咧，就應該係要求香港嘅政府加我哋嘅人工，今次咧我哋就會俾香港嘅政府加6016嘅人工咧，我哋係計翻晒，咁咧就係代表話我哋喺香港咧就係會幫咗香港嘅經濟同埋咧我哋係好多年都冇翻過我哋嘅國家嘅，泰國都冇翻過，印度尼西亞或者菲律賓都冇翻過嘅，留低喺香港，所以咧我哋就都係幫咗香港嘅經濟，我哋會留低喺度幾多年。咁今年咧，我哋今次咧今年咧都係要求香港嘅政府都係原諒我哋啦，同埋係體諒我哋係對我哋係有公平，同埋係加我哋嘅人工。咁咧我哋係有 MCV 個團體咧，又係5個國家嘅。咁我哋係 Thai Regional Alliance in Hong Kong， 我哋叫做阿咪。咁我哋係好多個朋友喺度。有印度尼西亞啦、菲律賓同埋好多國家嘅，咁咧就請我哋都係想要求香港嘅政府對我哋公平同埋加我哋嘅人工，加人工，6016蚊，6016蚊 ，Long live international solidarity! Long live international solidarity! 多謝大家。咁我哋咧跟住你咧，我哋就唔會嘥時間大家啦。咁就請李浩儀嘅朋友嚟同我哋講一講下我哋嘅要求。Thank you. Definitely.
Namaste, good afternoon everyone. This is Pragya Gurung from Overseas Nepali Worker Association, Hong Kong, and also a member of AMCB. Today I'm gonna talk about the long service. This is very important for domestic migrant workers here. So our demand is for making long services pay guaranteed for domestic workers after 5 years of work. Many migrant domestic workers have worked for families here in Hong Kong for many years, raising child, caring for elderly, and keeping Hong Kong household running. After many years of service, they wish to return home to their own families, but if they decided not to renew their contract, they are unable to receive their long service pay. Leaving this decision to the employer further create conditions of slavery here in Hong Kong. As a migrant domestic workers must be continue working for their employers until the employer decided to not renew their contracts to be able to long service pay. We demanded Hong Kong government, regardless who decided not to renew their contract to guaranteed payment of long service after 5 years of long service for one employer. So this is our demand for all the domestic workers here. Thank you. Long live international solidarity!
Long live international solidarity!
Long live international solidarity!
Long live international solidarity!
Thank you, Praga from Overseas Nepali Workers Association. Fight for living wage!
Fight for living wage!
Fight for living wage!
Fight for living wage!
Wage increase now!
Wage increase now!
Wage increase now!
Wage increase now!
We are workers!
We are slaves!
We are workers!
We are slaves!
We are not slaves!
We are workers!
Good afternoon, everyone. First of all, I would like you to give a round of applause for ourselves and our co-workers just now for having this protest action. Can we give ourselves a round of applause? Okay, just now I would like to say that our action is very successful. Thank you to all the leaders and members of the Asian Migrants Coordinating Body, because despite of the typhoon, despite of the difficulties that we had been through for having this action, we were able to mobilize many of our members for a very, very important cause for the migrant domestic workers in Hong Kong. As you know, since the beginning, from our Indonesian friends, we were able to discuss all the issues that are faced by migrant domestic workers in Hong Kong. But now, as migrant workers, we would like to reiterate and give emphasis on the fundamental demands of migrant domestic workers, which is to call for a living wage. We are not actually asking for a wage increase because $10, $20, $30, or even $100 increase can be called a wage increase. But what is asking for the government is to give us a living wage that will give good compensation to the worker and will give decent living to the migrant workers in Hong Kong, to ourselves and to our families. That's why the call for a living wage is very, very important, and we know that the Hong Kong government will understand the situation of migrant domestic workers. We are very vulnerable as workers in Hong Kong. We cannot say no when we are in trouble. We cannot say no to our employers immediately, even if we are suffering much in our work as domestic workers. That's why we believe that we deserve to be compensated by having a living wage. We deserve to be respected, and we deserve to receive same benefits and same compassion and treatment just like any other workers in Hong Kong. That's why we are here today. We would like to emphasize that aside from the living wage campaign that we are pursuing right now, we are also want to remind the Hong Kong government that while calling for a living wage, we are also calling for the protection of migrant workers in Hong Kong, just like having a good accommodation, just like having a good rest in our work, because that is very important so that we can continue with our work in our employer's house with a very good body or a healthy body. So today, as you can see, many leaders of migrant domestic workers from the Asian Migrants Coordinating Body are gathered here once again. And we would like to submit our submission to the Chief Executive of Hong Kong so that again and again they will be reminded that migrant workers are not slaves in Hong Kong. Migrant workers are part of the Hong Kong society, and again we receive to be to have a dignified working situation in Hong Kong. Long live international solidarity!
Long live international solidarity!
Fight for living wage!
Fight for living wage!
The people united!
Will never be defeated!
The people united!
Will
Long live international solidarity!
International solidarity!
Now, I would like to call on the representative again of the Asian Migrants Coordinating Body to help me submit the petition to the representative of the Hong Kong government.
Long live international solidarity!
Long live international solidarity!
Long live international solidarity!
Long live international solidarity!
加人工，加人工，66蚊，我哋工人唔係奴隸。多謝。Solidarity forever, solidarity forever. We will fight until we will.
Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever.